Oh shit, I still don't know what to do yet. Still contemplating it. Like, I got these, what you guys call my fantasy problems, where I think I'm here to prove God's existence, and no one wants to hear the story. I think I could be the first man ever to prove God's existence. No one wants to hear it. Because it sounds ridiculous for them to even think of a story before they've even heard it. But anyways, when I'm not in that reality, and I'm in what you guys like to call the real world, I got some of them there real world problems too. Like, I'll tell you, my spiritual awakening, you really open up in everything. You see everything around you. The banks. Like, I've had the same bank since I was a young child. I deal with the Scotiabank like a young kid. Never any problems. Never any missed credit card payments or anything like that. Never. So when we go to get the mortgage switched over, my mortgage broker does this thing, and Scotiabank actually, the only reason they turned me down, and they told my mortgage broker this because my wife would have to agree that he said that to us, and he would have to agree because I went back and even asked him, but he was like, wow, there's no way you could prove it. Like, they said it, but they would never admit to doing anything like that. So say they did. Like, over my Facebook, my mental condition, or what he thought was my mental condition, without talking to me or getting the authorization to see what I do in my private life. I've never disappointed the bank. Why are they disappointing me by not giving me a mortgage based on my Facebook account? Like, are they allowed to do that? I guess it's all right. I was told it was my own problem for what I put on my Facebook. So I was responsible, but no one told me that the bank and others would actually go on your Facebook and not take the information that's in front of you that you're supposed to use. But anyways, that really kind of bothered me. I also noticed that, like, my insurance checks, they were holding them for some reason. I asked them why, and they gave me nonsense, and yet they held my checks all the fucking time. Oh, we just got to make sure with all this theft and stuff. Well, isn't my record squeaky clean? And aren't these like Sun Life checks? Aren't they like fucking legit? You can see they fucking rotate in on a fucking monthly basis. And if you're holding my shit and I want to use it, that's not right. Nowhere to go, nowhere to talk to on that. What else have the lovelies done? I don't know, but anyways, what I wanted to really get to is that these little entities, they fucking hold you down and pin you down. Because now I gotta worry about money problems. Because I already fucking had them. But my wife says that I caused them, but she's been on 6 fucking trips in the last 6 fucking months. I mean, when you're going to Nevada, and you're going to California, and you're going to Cuba, and you're going to New York, when you don't have a job, And now, because our mortgage that we had, it ran out. So instead of the $2,400 that I used to have to spend for a mortgage, that's went up like a grand. A grand a month. I never missed a payment or anything. But because my wife's not working, because she's chose to wait for something in town, I don't know what's going on there, but that's what she wants to do. So our mortgage is up $1,000 a month now. And it's just, like, here's the deal. This is what bothers me. Is I could walk away scot-free because they think they fucked me on the house. Doing this, they think that they have 99% of the house and I only have 1%. It's not the way it works. They're responsible for 99% of the house. And I'm responsible for 1%. So I could fucking walk away. And without my money, they're in real fucking trouble. But why do these loners get to hit us with $1,000 hikes? Like, how in the fuck can you do that? That's a fucking $1,000. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of money to me, especially right now. And they do this to us because we just got it to the point where now we have to sign a fucking mortgage. We can get it knocked down $200 a month if we fucking sign on for a year-long one. Based on because my wife's not working. Well, my check doesn't even cover the fucking mortgage and the fucking hydro. Now, how are we supposed to live like this when our government allows this? Like $1,000 hikes. How are people supposed to do that when they budget on a fucking mortgage that they get? And then all of a sudden, and they still haven't missed any payments or anything, but we can fucking nail them for $1,000 a month. Do you guys think this sounds like normal shit? Like this should be happening to us? Like, it makes no sense. And then on top of this, like, I hate fucking being right. I fucking do. I've been telling my fucking wife for a long time, that fucking internet, $300, it's not fucking worth it. Let me call. I'm fucking done with this. I can't even go on a fucking live when I fucking want to. I'm fucking done. This $300, this is fucking stupid. This is fucking stupid. No, I'm dealing with it. You just stay out of it. Well, it turns out that they've been overcharging us, but they're not going to give us the extra money. We've been running off the $70 package that we should have fucking had. But where the fuck's my refund? Where's my money? No, they give us a sweet deal, so I'm fucking... Like, I'm not making this shit up. It's real shit. Like, I can bring the fucking proof. It's like, oh, fucking outrageous. And then on top of it, fucking the wife wants to fucking argue about everything. She listens to this TikTok. I never even said a word. It was this guy that's on my TikTok, and he's talking about how the government ordered all these extra vaccines, knowing that the people that probably didn't take it the first time around weren't gonna fucking take it the second and third and fourth. So they ordered all these vaccines based on everybody. So because they fucked up, our Canadian people get to pay for all of these unused vaccines. So that's us, the taxpayers. Whether we got vaxxed or unvaxxed, it was our tax dollars to pay for medicine that was never going to be used. So why did they get it? Well, my wife wanted to argue that he wanted to put across the point that people weren't getting vaccinated and that he was wrong. And I was like, no, that's not it, Joe. He's saying, if you took the vaccine in the first place, it's fine to allocate it for that time. If not, you might want to order less because maybe some people have decided they don't want any more, but they still made all that extra Joanna. Do you get what I'm... Like, she doesn't... Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because we already had, like, millions or billions of dollars worth of vaccines that expired, that weren't even usable anymore. Like, they just like wrote out a slip and say, run whatever you want and ship her on over. It's the way it kind of seems. Like, you think that, I mean, I've worked with inventory systems. I think you could come up with something that runs a little bit better than what they got going on there. I could get with the government. I could show them this Plex system that I used at work and use the right way, and not to create coils that kill somebody, but you can, it's a great system. You can prevent a lot of bullshit from happening. And it tracks everything. Because, like, when I say what I gotta say, it's gonna be tracked. It's all there. It's a wonderful system. So I don't understand how all this keeps happening. Like, just be like, there's hardly not even any data to be done. Everything just by a barcode. But I don't know. What do I know, eh? Just dummy. Or maybe our government's run by a bunch of dummies. Anyways, I got money problems. Kind of sucks. And then when you have people in your house you really don't want there, and you'd rather tell them to take their $500 and shove it up their ass and get the fuck out of your house. Because you can't stand their weaselly little face. But hey, I'm not allowed to think that way. Or it's just not right. You should just have someone continuously disrespect you and tell you what you can and cannot do in your own home, when you've always provided him a home when he needed one, free of charge. Well, I just want you guys to know, this guy's like 30 years old, so he's still my responsibility, somehow. Ask him. He's my victim. Anyways, I gotta figure out what I need to do. Yeah, I had this other thing with my wife. She's like, something about trusting the science. And I was like, listen, you want me to trust the science? Okay, what do we think of when we think of science? We think of the hospital, eh? Let me tell you how intelligent the hospital is. They're a bunch of nimrods. A bunch of morons. I think it was the last time they brought me into the hospital, when COVID wasn't even at its worst. You have to check the dates and everything, but I'm pretty sure. So, they brought me in. I had to do a COVID test, not a rapid test, but a 3-day test. I had to be locked in my room. So I had to do that. I had to wait the 3 days. And I believe it might have taken 4. I think it was 4 On the fourth day, I think then I had to do a second COVID test. Mind you, I haven't left my room. I've been nowhere. Nobody's been near me but the nurses. Because the doctor really hasn't talked to me. But I guess I would have been around him at some point in time. But so I had two COVID tests. So I think it was like 7-8 days locked in a room, can't walk around, can't do anything, like you're in jail, right? Because you have to be isolated in your room. Then they made me do this ass swab thing too. I still don't really know what that was fucking all about, but yeah, so they made me do 2. Here's the funny part, is I actually asked the nurses, the nurse, hey, do you guys have to get COVID tests every day you come in here? Wouldn't that be annoying? Because I thought maybe they were doing those like Insta tests, they got the good ones or something. They're like, no, we're not tested every day. And I was like, well, what's the point of me being in here for 2 fucking COVID tests and fucking an ass swab to fucking boot? Well, it's just hospital policy right now. I was like, do they know how fucking stupid it is? That you guys are running in and out all the time, not being tested, and we, the patients, are the ones at risk, and you're fucking testing us? This is the top of the line fucking science. Brainiacs. But they're the same people in the hospital that'll wake you up to give you your sleeping pills consistently. Like, holy fuck. They're dumb. They're dumb. I'm not saying all. I talked to some cool nurses. There was one, she's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, she's like, I don't get it. You might be going home soon, I would think. But, you know, when you hear normal people like that say that to you, like, I don't see why you're here, Carl. I see cuckoos and crazies all the time, and you don't deserve to be here. And I don't really have any answers for you because I don't really understand what's going on myself. But you have to find, I can't remember what that nurse's name is, but if I seen her, I would remember. Like, it's all sorts of kind of a weird world. Lots of little things at the hospital. The really funny one, I don't know if you guys heard this or not. I think I put it on one of my other videos. Maybe you guys don't catch them all, but though what the whole weird part about the hospital was, is the last time I went in there was this woman called Chris Nelson. And she was swearing to me that Poku did demonic things to her. Like, they take her away and shit like that and do things to her. I don't know. Is she crazy? Because I gotta wonder what the fuck running through his head a lot of the time. Like, is there like demonic shit going on in the hospitals? I just gotta ask myself that. Like, is there something maybe to her stories, or is it just all made up nonsense? Like, I'm not making this up. You could ask her, or they could roll the tapes at the hospital. She's the one that told me this. And it seems like, if you guys go watch the latest Redacted, or one of the Redacteds about a woman that worked for the Air Force, she's got a weird story, like kind of really out there, and an awakening story, and you should check that out. It's almost like unbelievable stuff. But anyways, yeah, it was kind of weird because I do get a weird feeling around him, like, and he used to ask me weird questions. Like when I was going through this Yeshua phase, he kept asking me if I still felt that way. And I was like, well, the way I see it is God was showing me a path to be just like Yeshua as much as I can. And he was always sort of like, and then he didn't want to hear anymore. And I don't know, you'd have to roll the tape at the hospital if there was one. I don't know. He's kind of weird. Just, randomly throwing people, like my workplace, like, how could you not know? How could you not listen to a patient and just fucking boot fuck them into jail? Not let them defend themselves. And the whole time, that fucker told me to be a coward on everything. Told me to be a coward if I thought people were in trouble. He told me to be a coward if I thought something was wrong with my family. Just make it work. And instead of fucking seeing for what it was. Like, it almost seems like fuck. Tomfoolery. I don't know. Like, it's either tomfoolery or the most absolute stupidity I've ever fucking heard in my life. And this man works at a hospital, fucking in charge of fucking people's brains. Like I said, I wish no harm on anybody, but I wish them to get their karma. Because they're not going to leave this place until they do fucking eat it. So you might as well eat it. Repent. Forget about what you've done. And move on in life and seek the truth and find the love and move along. And that's the thing in my videos, I don't say enough of. You do this all for God. Always and forever. People have choices and they'll make their choices. I can't make their choices for them. But if you want to come after the Creator, or you want to mock and ridicule Jesus, or anybody, find out the truth. Find out if Muhammad fucking married a 9-year-old girl. Because you know what? That wouldn't be my prophet. No fucking diddly do. No way. Not my guy. Not for a second. My guy says those guys are in trouble. But then again, will people be able to come together and search for the truth and find out what the truth is? And I don't know. Hopefully, I'll figure something out. Do I talk to the little people? Or do I make another stand and try and talk to somebody else and get some help from them? Who knows? Stay tuned.